Another streaming service means another vast library of titles to filter through to find what you want to watch. Today we will be talking about the best and most exciting films on this platform. Of course, we will avoid the most obvious ones and talk about some hidden gems in the HBO catalog. Our esteem for this film has grown over the years. There is no doubt that Joseph Kosinski, who previously helmed Tron Legacy, has an eye for production design. The film follows a technician who turns out to be Tom Cruise on an alien-ravaged planet who makes a startling discovery about his existence and what he's been led to believe. If you missed this one in theaters, it's worth popping on, especially since Cruise and Kosinski reunited for the upcoming Top Gun: Maverick. Suppose you're into thrillers like Seven, but are also open to complex, heady narratives like The Ritual or Midsommar. In that case, The Empty Man may be right up your alley. Released in 2020, this underrated gem stars James Badge Dale as a former detective. In trying to track down a missing teenager, he stumbles upon a conspiracy much larger and more disturbing than he could ever imagine. This is a horror thriller packed with tension and atmosphere. The scares come not from gore or monsters, although there's a great creature design, but from the story and characters themselves. Pleasantville. Have you ever dreamed of stepping inside your favorite TV show and living alongside your favorite characters? That's essentially the premise of the excellent 1998 film Pleasantville. Two present-day teenagers, Tobey Maguire and Reese Witherspoon, are magically transported into the world of a black-and-white 50s sitcom called Pleasantville. Maguire's character is thrilled, as he loves the show, while his sister is decidedly not. But while exploring the black-and-white world of Pleasantville, the two begin inspiring its residents, both on purpose and accidentally, to be more curious about their lives. The film reveals itself to be an impactful story about repression and progress. It's also just a ton of fun and wildly inventive. The Graduate. No movie hits the heart of existential crises quite like The Graduate. A recent college graduate who cannot decide what he wants to do with his life sleeps with his significantly older neighbor, Mrs. Robinson. Mike Nichols achieves a brilliant combination of humor and tragedy. The protagonist tries to stake out a path for his life to find dead ends and new problems. Simply a great film, one of those films that a person can see in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and with totally different meanings. Magic Mike. While the prospect of a male stripper movie based on the real-life story of Channing Tatum sounds like a recipe for disaster, in the hands of a master filmmaker like Steven Soderbergh, it's a work of art. Magic Mike is immensely entertaining, offering up some genuinely dazzling set pieces, but it's also hilarious and genuinely emotional. While Soderbergh certainly has an eye on giving folks a good time, at heart Magic Mike is a film about chasing the American dream. It's surprisingly dark in places, and Tatum is actually pretty terrific in the lead role here. And of course, Matthew McConaughey had an outstanding performance worthy of an Oscar as the owner of a strip club. Don't let the subject matter fool you. Magic Mike is an actual film for cinephiles. Night of the Living Dead. Yes, George A. Romero basically invented the zombie movie with Night of the Living Dead. We can even make a top about the films that have been influenced by this movie. But rather than just introduce a creature, he injected it with social meaning. So when you look at zombie movies like 28 Days Later or TV shows like The Walking Dead, they all owe a debt to Night of the Living Dead, which is about some survivors trying to fend off the undead. But it's the social message, particularly regarding race, gives Night of the Living Dead its enduring power. Dunkirk. Dunkirk is one of Christopher Nolan's best and most structurally ambitious films. The movie chronicles the evacuation of Dunkirk during World War II, as Allied soldiers found themselves pushed up against the beach and anxiously awaiting safe travel through the sea. Nolan tells the story from three perspectives: soldiers on the ground, pilots in the air, and citizens who traveled by boat across the channel to safely transport soldiers back to England. Of course, these three perspectives play out simultaneously on different timelines. Still, they are mixed brilliantly as Nolan crafts a wholly experiential film that puts the audience in the shoes of the brave men portrayed on screen. It's a hopeful yet nail-biting thriller that won 3 Oscars, including Best Film Editing. Thanks for watching the whole video, we know you did. Do not forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram for more content about films and TV shows.